guys, welcome to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we will call an API from Retrofit and show that data in a recycler view. We will have images and we'll have text, and we'll populate those things into our recycler view. So let's just see an example of how it is going to be. Now these are the things that we are loaded from the internet. As you can see, these images are being dynamically loaded. It should load, yeah, see, as you can see, the default images are being replaced by the ones that are being downloaded from the internet. Alright, so this is it. So we have our products, we have our text, and this is what we'll be doing in today's tutorial. So let's get started. First of all, let's inspect the API that we are going to call, because that's the most important thing. We need to understand what we'll be receiving when we call the API. So alright, first of all, let's check this. Now, yeah, this for demonstration purposes, I'm using this fake store API. This is a really good site. You can have multiple kinds of APIs here: get, post, patch, put, delete, all those stuff. So for me, I'm just going to use this basic simple products API. So once you click on it, you will see what it returns. My internet is working very slow, so now this is what it returns. Okay, so whenever you call this products API, this is what will be returned. Now it looks very unclear what it is, so another nice trick for you is you can go to jsonlint.com and you just copy everything and you just paste everything here and hit validate JSON, and your JSON will be properly formatted. You can just bookmark this site and you can use this whenever you want to inspect a JSON file. Alright, now what we are receiving is, first of all, we are receiving an array. Now this means, excuse me, this means our return is an array. Now inside this array we have an object of JSON. Alright, so what we have is, we have this object, comma, we have another object, comma, we have another object with ID 3. So what we are receiving is, we are receiving a list of JSON objects. Now in one object, what do we have is, we have ID, title, price, description, category, images, rating, all that good stuff. So what we'll do is, we'll create a model for this single object and we'll get a list of that object. So let's get coding and let me show you what I mean by that. All right. So let's go to our Android Studio and let's first create a new package. Let me just call it networking. All right, now here what we'll do is, we'll create a new class and we'll call it product result. All right, now this is the class that will map to our object. So what we have all these things here. We can choose to have all these variables there, but we will not. We'll just for example, I'll just have ID, title, and image, because that's what I'm going to show you: how to load image, how to read these things, and how to populate those in the recycler view. So first, what we need to do is, we need to have these variables: int ID, string title, comma, image. Now you might be confused, like, do you want this name to be exactly same as this name? No, you do not. What let me show you. I can just write product image for this. Now what you need to do though is, you need to annotate this and just call it serialized name. And now this is where you want to have the exact name as our keys in this thing. All right, so we can copy title, we can copy image. We don't need to copy it, we can just type it here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do serialized name title here, right, and serialized name image here. So what we do is, this name, the serialized name, should be exactly the same as the keys that are being returned, that is category, description, price, title, ID, or image, or rating, and this name can be anything. All right, now what we need to do is, another nice neat trick for you is, hit alt and insert, and you'll get these options so that you can generate getter, setter constructions by yourself. So what I'll do is, well, I'll just generate getter and select all these three things and hit OK. So whenever we have a product result, we can just use get ID, get title, and get product images to get all these things. So basically now what we have is we have a framework, not framework, we have a frame, or we have a class ready for mapping our one of our object to one of our Java object, one of our JSON object to one of our Java object. So we have that mapping class ready. Now whenever we call that API, what we'll receive is we'll receive a list of these objects. All right, so now let's move on. We have created our object. Now what we do is we create another Java class, and this is the retrofit stuff. Retrofit. Let me just do it quickly. If you want to learn more about this, you can follow my another tutorial on retrofit. I'm just going to show you how you can populate data from JSON to RecyclerView. So I'll just speed up this part. All right. All right, so now our retrofit client is ready. What we want to do is, as you can see here, we have created this thing, APIs, right? Now we want to create this class. Now this class is what will actually call our APIs. We'll have all our APIs in this class. So let's just quickly create APIs also. Now it doesn't need to extend anything. What we need to do is, since we are using APIs.base URL here, this base URL is what will contain the URL of our base URL of our API. So let's just go here and copy this thing and paste it here. Now the base URL is the base part, not this endpoint, just this whole URL. All right, now we'll create an API here. We'll say get. Now in this base URL we want to append products, right? Because that's what we are trying to get or trying to call. What we do is we just get products from this base URL. All right, and after that we get, what do we, just get this. Now what we do is, when we call this API, when we get products, what will we get? What we get is we get a list of product results, isn't it? We get a list of product results. So our product result is this class. We get a list of objects of this class. All right, as you can see here, we have a list as defined by this square bracket. We have a list of these things. So that is what we write here. We have a list of product results, and let's just call this get function name get products. No worries about this. So we have one related problem here. What is this? Okay, my bad. This is not a class. This is an interface. Alright, so just make this an interface. And again, we have a problem. What is the problem? I'm not sure what this issue is. Just check. What is it saying? Operator dash. Okay, I'm so stupid. Alright, so that was the error. Now I don't think. What is this public static void? Why did I write this? Where did this come from? Okay, anyhow, we have our APIs ready. We have our client ready. We have our JSON object mapping class ready. So what do we need to do now? We just need to call it. Okay, now finally to the good part. First, let's just create a layout, and I'll just call it activity RV products or something. And let's just create a recycler view here. No need to do any of the fancy stuff. Let's just create a recycler view with his match parent. Height is also match parent. No worries about that. And let's just give it an ID of RV products. Right? And now we want an image and a text in each row of our product. So what we need to do is we need to create a row for that. So I've already created this RV item. What is this? Okay, this is not the item. We'll be using this RV product item. So what I have here is it's just a card view, and we have an image view and the text view. So for this gray background, I've just added a background color, and other than that, it's just an image view and a text view inside the relative view. And as you can see here, you can pause the video if you want. You can just set these constraints so that it is in the bottom of our card or our image. All right, so now we need to create a adapter for our recycler view. Okay, so what did we do? We just created our class activity layout file of products here. We have our product ready. Do we have a class here? No, we don't have the activity ready. So let's just quickly create an activity. Let's call it activity RV products, and let it extend app compat activity. All right, good stuff. And you can press Ctrl O to get this override dialog, and we just implement the onCreate method. Quickly set the content view to r.layout.activity RV products. Let's initialize our recycler view RV products as RV products equals to find view by id r.id.rv products. But we have that. Now we'll be calling the API, and getting the JSON results, and parsing the image and text from the JSON result and showing that in our recycler view. Finally, we are at the good path. So we'll just create a function called get products, hit all enter, and this method will be created. And in get products, what do we do is we first of all, what we have is whenever we call the API, what will we get? We get a list of objects, right? List of these objects. So what do we do is whenever we call, what will we get? We'll get a list of product results. Okay, first we start with this. This is what we'll be getting, a list of product results. Okay, now what we need to do is let me just import this call too. from retrofit. What we do is retrofit client dot get. Okay, where is this retrofit client? Is this okay? Public. This is a public method and it gets retrofit client. Sorry, my bad. It's already here. So what we do is we get retrofit dot get equals to retrofit client dot. Why am I not able to? Is this not public? It is indeed public. Why am I having this issue? Okay, my bad. So what you need to do is whenever you want to call a method of a class without initializing the class, you need to add static. All right, so don't forget those small things. Now what we do is we go retrofit client get instance and then just call get APIs and get products. All right, create a variable here, API call, and we have our basic thing to get products ready. Now what we need to do is we need to start the call. This is just the whole basic setup is ready, but we need to tell retrofit to actually call the API. So what we do is we go API call dot enqueue, and this will actually call the API or queue the API to be called, and then you just go hit alt enter and you okay just write new, and this the first default session is what you want. Okay, so now these are the methods that will be called whenever the API responds with something. So whenever you get the response, what do you want to do? You want to first of all say list of product results is response body. That's the body of the response contains list of product results, as we have seen it this time again. And let's just display a toast message saying activity products dot this got products. Okay, and on failure we say another toast activity I reports at this and error. Let's just say error for now. Now we have our products ready. We just want to display this in a recycler view. All right, so now let's display our images and text in the recycler view. So what do we need to do is first of all we need to create an adapter for recycler view. Now I already have the adapter, basic adapter. I don't think you will need much help with this. It's nothing, it's just an adapter with a view holder here, and all the other things will be done now. All right, so in the adapter, first of all, let me just create a list again, list of product results. All right, and now in our constructor I'm receiving a context and a product result. So what we do is, all right, context and context here also, and with this dot product results equals to product results, and this dot m context equals to m context. All right, so now in our recycler view adapter we have the list ready and the context ready, and now we just want to display whatever is in this lists into our view create holder. Okay, on for view create holder, first of all we want to inflate our view. All right, so what we do is we go layout inflator dot from m context dot inflate r dot layout dot row. What was RV product item, right? It was our individual row, and then we go parent, and we want to attach it to root. No, and what we return is we return our RV new RV holder retrofit, and we pass our view here. All right, so now okay, in our view holder let's create a text view that is in our this our product item. We have a text view named IV TV title and IV image. Let's reference to those two things, TV title and image view iv image. What else do we need? Okay, I think these two are enough. Now let's just complete our reference. Iv image equals to image item view dot find view by id r.id dot iv image, and tv title is item view dot find view by id dot r.id dot tv title. All right, now we have those two reference ready. Now we just show our items or whatever text or images in these two things. All right, so first of all, what we do is, on binary holder, we go holder dot tv title dot set text, and from our list we get the current row that is being displayed, that where you want to display the text. Current row is gotten, and now we just get title. And similarly, in our image view, we use the glide library to load the image from network. We use the glide library. And now, okay, I think I've forgotten to tell you this. Now these are the things you want to add to your app level. See, as you can see here, app level Gradle file, so that you can load images and use Retrofit. So I'll have these dependencies somewhere in the description below. Okay, now once you have these dependencies and sync those, you can use it. So what you do is you use glide dot with context. Now this is why I got this context here. Okay, spelling is wrong here, so it needs a context here. Glide needs a context. So what we do is glide with context dot load. What do you want to load? You want to load the URL here of product result dot get disposition dot get product image. This is what you want to get. All right, and in case while the image is still being loaded, what you want to do is you can just show a placeholder. All right, so you go placeholder not get, just placeholder, and then you just give a resource ID here. Let's say you can just give a r dot drawable dot whatever this is, Camino, and dot error. And what do you want to show on error? If there is an error, what image do you want to show? R dot drawable dot, I don't have anything. Let's just say I'll show launcher if there is an error. All right, so what we've done is, till now we have used glide, initialize glide, and load this URL, and use this as the placeholder. And in case there is an error, use this. If there is an error, use this image. But where do you want to put this? In which image view? That is what into comes into. So you just write holder.iv image. This is all. This is pretty much it, guys. So we are just displaying the text here, and we're using glide to display our URL image from our URL in our image view. All right, am I recording or not? I am. All right, so I think we are ready. Okay, our this is ready, but we have not used it yet. See, as you can see here, let's still grayed out. So what we do is we go into activity, and let's say once we have this thing, what we want to do is we want to create a function called set adapter. And in our set adapter, let's just create a method set adapter, and in our set adapter we just set the adapter as the name says. So what we do is our rv products dot set layout manager, new linear layout manager. Context is this activity, and yeah, nothing else is required. And okay, so let's pass this thing. Let's pass our product results here, and let's initialize our adapter. What is the adapter's name? RV retrofit adapter. So RV retrofit adapter, RV retrofit adapter equals to new RV retrofit adapter, and here we go pass this and RV products. Okay, it's not RV products, it's what we receive here. We receive a list of product results, and this is what we pass. As you can see here in our constructor, we are getting product results. All right, now once we have the adapter, we just set the adapter to our RV products. This should be it, and I've already made this class the launcher activity. Have I not? I have not. So what I'll do is I'll make this activity as the launcher, and okay, it's not action. Let me make this the launcher. Okay, now let's just run this and see what we've got. Okay, so the launcher activity needs to have exported as true. Okay, now let's run this again. Okay, where is my emulator? It is loading, and fingers crossed. Okay, we got the products, but the images are not loading. So yeah, get out the problem. It's in our adapter. What we have done is we have set the item count to 0. So what we can do is we can just send this as, what is the name, product results. We just pass product result dot size, and let's run this again. The shortcut is Shift F10. Try to run this again. Yes, terminate the current app. Okay guys, I'm getting a call. I'm getting late for somewhere. All right, let's see. Okay, now it's loaded. Yeah, if you have any problem, let me know in the comment section below. Peace out.